right, so today we are wrapping up the end of our timeline. All right, we have been discussing the transfer of trust, America's broken promises, um, and now we're going to jump right into 1974. Okay, following the same format as always, we're going to identify the problem, we're going to figure out what promise was given, and what was the result of that promise. So, 1974. This is the ERISA Act. Okay. Longer name, Employee Retirement Income Security Act. Why do we care at Financial Independence Firm, Bamboo Roots Initiative? Why are we teaching this? Because this is employee retirement income. That was the focus. Okay. Um, so what's the problem? Why did this come about? We talked about it in the last video in 1971, where gold is no longer what's backing the currency. It's now trust. They did this because the budgets were bleeding. So we're still in that phase of trying to balance the sheets. So, um, yeah, that's what we see here. So the promise is they wrapped up this ERISA Act to us. They said, hey, this is great access that you now have into these markets. You can get more than what we guarantee you. They wrap it with opportunity. This is how they sold it as. And then they market it to us as empowerment. Okay? So what we begin to see at this time, instead of pensions being the number one vehicle that employers had to use to pay their employees for retirement, they now say, hey, you self-funded. It's one of the biggest cost shifts that we've ever seen. And again, let's go back. Not only did you take our gold and give us money, now you took gold, gave us money, and then took the value away from this paper that we have. You said in return for us having this paper, you were going to give us some things. This is one of those things that you said that you gave us. And, decades later, what I see in my industry is that people don't want necessarily opportunity anymore. People want guarantees. So with the ERISA Act, they didn't throw us a lifeboat. They threw us in the ocean, calling that, choice, opportunity. So, yeah, the ERISA Act is something very interesting. So the result of this, again, in the 60s, we talked about how they gave us healthcare, which was phenomenal. But then right away in the 70s, they took away your retirement. Okay. So this is actually the last piece that I wrote in the paper or the book. It actually turned into a book, guys. So this book is on the way. But in 1978, I do want to talk about this. So this is just me personally. All right. IULs. This is my viewpoint. Came out around the same time. Okay. I see this to be birthed from the same system. So let's identify. So my issue is that insurance at its root is about protection. IULs are sold to the people as chasing profit, right? The same thing, the same exact system that we are just running away from, that we understand is less valuable than you guaranteeing something, right? So my issue again is IULs can collapse. This is for all the life insurance agents. I'm just going to sit here and wait. Am I lying? Okay. So the fact that they can collapse is my issue. I think they can work. I think they can be valuable, but we're talking about a banking system, y'all. A banking system. This is not how you set up a banking system. When you talk about, or if you do decide to set up a banking system, this entire series so far has been about, economies, financial economies that we trust, that we put money into that can collapse and that have collapsed. So why in the world would I want to build something that has been shown to have the possibility of collapsing? Let's keep going. So again, it's the same thing. Access plus growth potential is what they sell this as. Hey, you can go into the market and you don't have to worry about a thing. You know, there's built-in protections. There's built-in protections to this thing. Now, I'm not going to go into detail. This is all in my book that's on Amazon. I'll go ahead and make sure to put that link in the description below. But this is for all you life insurance agents. Please stop selling it that way. Actually, y'all should know better because there's this little thing called AG49, y'all. This is for everybody else. If you've ever been sold a presentation and if you haven't heard about AG49 or these conversations, then I would say hesitate. Because I'm not here to sell you a structure. I'm here to give you I'm not here to sell you a policy. I'm here to give you a structure for inheritance, for guarantees, for assurance, down to the root of what it is that we do. But what AG49 is where the government steps in and says, stop misleading people. Again, we have gone through this timeline so far. And I think it's interesting that the government had the moral authority or understanding to say, hey, stop misleading people. And this thing has been updated 2 to 3 times. I think the last one was in like 2023. It's gotten better, yes. But we still haven't had a handle on it. So if you want my true takes, I can go deeper into IULs. Last video I said 20 likes. I think that's ridiculous. We haven't even hit 10 yet. So let's get 10 likes. I promise to do the mortgage-free life. And if we get 15 on this one video, I'll even do the IUL. But again, we are wrapping up. We are done, actually, the timeline. So the next video will be the last. I'm going to give the timeline conclusion, and we'll begin dissecting where we're going to go next. But I hope you guys have found this series to be valuable. Drop some comments down below. Go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you're ready to go from financial literacy to financial independence, if you're tired of fighting with the left and the right to give you a policy, I can help you go ahead and write your own. Until next time, peace. And the brother can't tell about pain when I cry to God every day and night. I had one hand holding the Bible, other hand shaking, holding a knife. Life was a battle, had to pick a side. Lord knows that I had to pick a side. And if I ever die, don't worry, just know I kept my head held high. Garner, darling, Etison.